Whether focusing on an individual school or across an entire district, getting the community's perspectives on how well educational best practices are being implemented is an essential requirement for leadership. That kind of perceptual data can be instrumental in helping to shape a school or district improvement plan. For example, in Massachusetts, this process occurs when a school assesses how well it is meeting the state's conditions for school effectiveness, a research-based set of educational best practices developed by the New England and the Islands Regional Educational Laboratory, a division of the U.S. Department of Education. Using a comprehensive rubric to assess 10 separate conditions of effectiveness, school leaders are tasked with the responsibility of getting the community's feedback on how well the school is meeting each of the major conditions and their respective elements. As valuable as the information is, however, practice has shown this is a very tedious and time-consuming process for a school leader. In fact, evidence shows that the paper-based process often leads a principal to streamline the collection of data by polling only a few members of staff, from which a simple set of average results is calculated. Unfortunately, this small sampling of the population leaves out important feedback from the majority of the community. That small sample, with its overly simplistic averages and the rudimentary data display resources provided for the process, result in less than helpful information for leadership to drive school improvement. What is needed is a more efficient way to capture information from the entire community and a method for analyzing data to produce more meaningful and comprehensive information. If members of the community have internet access, then developing a facsimile of the conditions for school effectiveness in Google Forms provides a solution. Publicizing the internet address of the Google form provides instant access to the survey for all members of the community eligible to participate in the process. Members from each school in the district can log on to the form, specify their school, some anonymous information about themselves, and then provide feedback on how well they think their school is meeting the conditions for school effectiveness. Information collected from each anonymous participant is automatically stored in a Google spreadsheet, which can then be downloaded into a visual analytic resource customized to work with CSE data. Because color is such an important method for determining meaning in a visual analytic resource, letting the user set performance cutoff levels is an important example of why a visual analytic resource is considered an interactive environment. Here the user is given the chance to set the color levels for strength, need, and critical need that will be displayed on the main profile page. Here the user establishes the disaggregation possibilities that drive the main profile page, from a respondent's role in the school to her years of experience at the school or in K-12 education overall. The main profile page provides the user with multiple sets of information in a variety of visual formats: numbers, color formatted areas, vertical bar graphs, text displays. The yellow selection cells at the top allow the user to determine exactly which school and subset of respondents is being analyzed. In this case, the viewer is looking at a comprehensive set of data from the entire district. Because red and blue designate areas of need and critical need, it is clear from this profile table that district leadership have many opportunities for important reflection. Here the user drills into the data to explore the results at a selected school, which paints a very different picture from that of the entire district. This might prompt the user to ask, what is it about Washington Elementary School that allows its constituents to feel they are meeting the conditions for school effectiveness at a far higher rate than the district overall? Displaying data in different visual formats is a key attribute of an effective visual analytic resource. Here the user has a chance to drill into the entire set of survey data, setting analysis parameters consistent with the questions that he or she needs to answer. In this example, the user is looking for any of the 131 CSE survey questions that produced an average response below 2.0 on a scale of 1 to 4 on the rubric. All cells colored green on the table meet that criteria. It is clear that condition 7, which we can see as professional development, should clearly be an area of concern for district leadership. By changing the analysis parameters to reflect all survey questions that had, say, high percentages of 1 responses, that's number 1 on the rubric, and in this case, let's say 33%, we can explore which specific survey questions merit further review. In the area of effective school leadership, survey question number 10 meets those criteria. By entering the question number in the CSE indicator selection box at the right, we can find out what condition, element, and indicator it represents. In this case, staff generally agree that decisions are made transparently and fairly, and that the school culture is collaborative, open to dialogue, and based on trust. But with over a third of all responses suggesting that this condition is not being met, it presents school leadership with important opportunities for reflection. Paper-based systems for collecting and analyzing data may have been acceptable in the 1950s, but not anymore. Whether they are simple Excel-based systems, as shown here, or more powerful cloud-based resources, fully interactive visual analytic resources provide educators with the most powerful options for deriving the knowledge they need to make the most effective decisions for supporting student achievement and school improvement.